Good afternoon and welcome to this learning video. In this learning video in Microsoft Excel, you can see here that I have a pivot table and it's breaking down sales for my region, let's say if I'm a manager, for the first 3 months. This region is the northeast part of the United States, and as you can see, it's broken down by state. You'll also see that I have a conditional formatting built into column F. And I can show you what that is real easily. I will click on the conditional formatting button on the Home tab. And if I want to see exactly what that condition is, I can click on Manage Rules, select the rule that is in the Rules Manager dialog box. You can have more than one. There is only one here, so I click on it and click Edit Rule. And you can see the rule type says, for the selected cells, here's the range, all the numbers in column F, with the exception of the total. Format the values that are either above or below average. And I decided to choose red, as you can see here. All right, if you want to learn more about this feature for conditional formatting, I have a whole separate video on that where I can show you some really neat things. Actually, it can be very, very complex, where you can put in formulas and the like. And I will be glad to show you any of that in an upcoming video. So you can see here the pivot table. I have my data for the 3 months, as I mentioned, but I also noticed that I want to add a sales trends to compare state by state. How would I do that? The answer lies on the Insert tab. There's this area called Sparklines. We're going to create a Sparklines graph. And we want it to look like a line graph. So I click on it. And what is my data range? Well, it's the 3 months of sales for Connecticut. So I highlight those 3 cells. I'm already in the correct location, so I don't have to change anything here. I click OK. And there is my Sparkline for Connecticut. And you can see, with the number being largest in February, that the line graph is the highest in the middle. Now I'm just going to use autofill real easily for the remaining states, and just like that, I have my Sparklines for all of the states. You'll also see at the top I have a Sparkline tab, as long as I am highlighted in the Sparkline, because if I click off of it, this will go away. As you can see, it's gone. To make it come back, I would click on it. It reappears, just like the pivot table. If I click somewhere in the pivot table, I now have the Pivot Table Analyze tab, as well as the Design sub-tab. And then I have my pivot table fields over here. And again, watch one of my videos that I have showing how easy it is to create a pivot table. And I have advanced features of pivot tables in separate videos as well. Let's get back to Sparklines. So you'll see here on the Sparkline tab, I can edit the data. In other words, I can change and group it. I can change the type of Sparkline. As you can see, I chose column. Now the win-loss is not really going to show anything because I don't have any negative numbers in my pivot table here. But if I had negative numbers, they would show up as being lower than the base. But let's just stick with line. And then you'll see I have various markers and data points that I can either show or hide. Let's turn on markers. Makes it very easy to see that the individual numbers can be analyzed with the markers on it. Or maybe I just want markers on just the highest point of each Sparkline. As you can see, they're showing up here. Or maybe just the lowest number. Or just the first one, and so forth. I'll just keep it for markers. And then I can also have my style, if I want to change that. And then also I can change the color not only of the markers, but of the Sparklines themselves. So if I don't like this blue color for the Sparkline, maybe I want it to be green. And there we go. And maybe on the marker colors, instead of being black, I want them to be, let's say, red. And you can see how it automatically updates. Okay, so that's how easy it was. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for some more upcoming videos. Have a great day.